Here in this triangle, we have an angle, we call it theta. What is theta? Like X, Y, Z in letter. So it's theta. You know that tan theta, in general, tan is opposite over adjacent. Okay, tan is opposite over adjacent. If I want to find sine theta divided by cosine theta, you know that sine is the opposite over hypotenuse divided by cosine is the adjacent over the hypotenuse. So divide, if we have division here, you know, keep it change flip. So it's opposite over hypotenuse. It change times flip hypotenuse over adjacent. Okay. Hypotenuse and hypotenuse, one cancel another out, you are left with opposite over adjacent. So opposite over adjacent is equal to what? Is equal to tan theta in general, tan theta. So if I ask you about tan A, tan A is equal to what? Is equal to sine A over cosine A. What is A? Any angle. If I asked about tan X is equal to sine X over cosine X. If I asked about tan any angle like tan 50 is equal to what? Sine 50 over cosine 50. Okay, tan 10 degrees equals what? Sine 10 over cosine 10. Did you get it? In this triangle, this is the 30-60 triangle. This is a right angled triangle, and this angle is 30. And you know that the length of the side opposite to angle of size 30 is equal to half length of the hypotenuse. We have studied it in grade 8. The length of the side opposite to 30 degrees equals the half length of the hypotenuse. So I assumed that this side here is 1. I assumed that this side is 1. This is the opposite. Why I didn't choose 1? 1 is the easiest and the simplest number we can take. So if this side is 1, this side would be 2. The hypotenuse is 2. How can we get x? By using Pythagoras, x to the power of 2 is equal to 2 to the power of 2 minus 1 squared, so it's 3 at the end. So x is the square root of 3. What is the sine 30? So sine 30 is the opposite over hypotenuse. So the opposite here is 1 and the hypotenuse is 2, so it's half. That's sine 30, opposite over hypotenuse. And what is the cosine 30? It's adjacent. What is the adjacent side? The adjacent is what? Root 3. And the hypotenuse is what? Is 2. So cosine 30 is root 3 over 2. And what is tan 30? Tan 30 is the opposite. Look at 30 wall and be focused. This is 30. The opposite is 1. Okay. And the adjacent is root 3. So it's 1 over root 3. That's tan 30. Did you get it?
No.
The size of this angle is going to be 60 because we have 90, we have 30, so the angle here is 60. What is the sine 60? Sine is the opposite, so what is the opposite to 60? In this case, the opposite is not 1, the opposite to 60 is root 3, so it's root 3 over the hypotenuse 2. And what is the cosine 60? Cosine 60 is the adjacent. The adjacent is 1. It's the adjacent. And the hypotenuse is 2, so it's half. What is tan 60? Tan is the opposite. Here it's root 3, the opposite, over the adjacent 1. So it's root 3 over 1, which is root 3. Okay? If you compare your results here, you will find the sine 30 is the same as cosine 60.
Okay.
And you will find cosine 30. Cosine 30 is the same as
Sine 60.
is the same as sine 60. And you will find 1030 is the reciprocal of 1060. Do you see it?
Mm.
Here, if we looked at this triangle, we would find this angle is right, and this angle is 45. So if this angle is 90 and this angle 45, so this angle is going to be 45. And the triangle is an isosceles triangle because we have two equal angles. I assumed that this side is 1 and this side is 1. Why I did choose 1? 1 is the easiest and the simplest. Okay, so how can we get the hypotenuse? By using Pythagoras. So it's 1 squared plus 1 squared, it's 2. So x the square root of 2. So here x is the square root of 2. Square root of 2. I want to get sine 45. So which 45? Any 45 of them. We can take this one or this one. So sine 45 is the opposite over the hypotenuse. So the opposite here to 45 is 1. And the hypotenuse is the square root of 2. And cosine 45, cosine is the adjacent. The adjacent is 1. Okay. And the hypotenuse is the square root of 2. 1 over root 2.
Sine equals opposite over hypotenuse.
Cosine adjacent.
Oh, sorry. That's fine.
Adjacent, sorry, cosine equals, I said adjacent, or I said what? Adjacent over the hypotenuse. So the adjacent is 1, and the hypotenuse is the square root of 2. And 1045, this 45, the opposite is 1, and the adjacent is 1. So 1045 is 1 over 1, which is 1.
1.
Okay?
Okay.
Sine x here, x here is an angle, so I'm asking about the angle. It's half. So what is the measure of angle x? The size of x here is 30 because sine 30 is half. Okay, so x equals 30. Cosine what is 1 over root 2. So angle x is 45. I'm asking about the angle. If sine x is 1 over 3, it's not a special angle. So in this case, you will click on the calculator, shift, you will click shift, sine. You will click shift, sine. You will click the bottom shift, then sine. You will get sine and -1, the inverse of sine. You will write 1 over 3. So that means you are asking the calculator about the angle, which sine is 1 over root 3. So click on the calculator, shift sine 1 over root 3. So in this case, we have to use the calculator. So by clicking shift sine 1 over 3, we'll get the angle x equals 19 degrees. And what minutes? Tell me the minute.
28 minutes.
What? 20 what?
28.
28 minutes and
8.
how many seconds?
16.39.
It's 16 seconds by using the calculator. So in this case only, we have to use the calculator. Okay. If we have a triangle like this one, this is a triangle A, B, C. And this side here is 2, or this side here is 12, and this side here is 17. And I asked about sine C. What is sine C? Sine C equals what? Equals 12 over 17. That's the ratio. Sine C is 12 over 17. What if I want to get the size of angle C? So to get the angle C, click on the calculator. The bottom shift, then sine. You will get sine -1, right? 12 over 17. That means you are asking the calculator about the angle in which sine is 12 over 17. Which angle? Which angle is sine 12 over 17? Click on the calculator. Shift sign 12 over 17. Tell me.
44 degree, 54 minutes, 3
44
seconds.
minutes
3 seconds.
and 3 seconds. Okay. Here in this triangle is right. ABC. And here it's 8 centimeters and 15 centimeters. And I want to get angle A. What is the size of A? So determine the angle. That's the angle I want to get.
A.
What are the available sides? We have sides
15.
available here. This side is the opposite to A, and this side is the adjacent. So we have the opposite, we have the adjacent, and that's the angle I want to get. So which trigonometric function has opposite and adjacent? It's a tan. So write a tan A. Why I did choose tan A? Because we have opposite and adjacent. So tan A in this case is 15 over 8. So what is the size of A? Click on the calculator, shift 10. Click shift 10, 15 over 8. You will get on the screen of the calculator 10, -1, 15 over 8. Equals what? So click shift 10, 15 over 8. Shift 10,
8.
15 over 8.
61 degrees, 55 minutes, 39.
61 degrees.
55 minutes.
55 minutes.
39 seconds.
39 seconds. That's right. Great.
39.
Here we have a triangle. X, Y, Z. And this side is 12. And this side is 19. We want to get angle Z. How can we get Z? So determine the angle at the first.
Cosine.
Okay. At first, so determine the angle. It's that's Z here. Look, what are the available sides? The available sides are 12.
The adjacent and left bottom.
19. This 12 is the adjacent. So we have the adjacent to Z. That's Z. And this side is the adjacent. And this side is the hypotenuse. So we are going to use what on? We are going to use cosine Z. Cosine Z is what? Is the adjacent over the hypotenuse. Okay. And click on the calculator. Click shift to cosine. When clicking shift to cosine, you will find cosine -1 is written on the calculator. It's cosine -1, 12 over 19. And don't forget to click comma. Do it now.
Yeah. معلش يا مستر بس فيديو في جون فقمت قفلت الباب.
Okay. Cosine shift cosine 12 over 19 equals what?
50 degrees, 49, 49
50
minutes.
degrees and 50
minutes
and
58 seconds.
58 seconds. Here in this triangle, we have angle of size 50 degrees, and this angle is right. And I want to get this side here. It's X. I assume that this side is X. So we are going to use tan. Why I did choose tan? Because this side is the opposite. And this side is the adjacent. The opposite and the adjacent. The opposite and the adjacent. Which trigonometric function has the opposite and the adjacent? It's 10. So we are going to write 1050 is opposite X over adjacent 17. Okay. So to get X, multiply 17 by 1050. And 1050 is a whole chunk. Don't write on the calculator 50 multiplied by 17. It's not right. Okay, 17 multiplied by 1050. If you are going to write 1050 multiplied by 17, so put it between two brackets, multiplied by 17. Okay, so what is x? It's 17 multiplied by 1050 is going to be what? 20.25. Don't click comma, it's a side length, so it's centimeters. Okay, here, this is the triangle ABC.
Triangle at B.
And this angle is 70, right at B. And this side is 19 centimeters, and I want to get AC. Which trigonometric function we are going to use? We have determined the angle. That's the angle. That's the angle. So the angle here is 70. We have the opposite. We have the opposite. This side here is the opposite. We need the hypotenuse. We need the hypotenuse. It's AC.
Okay.
So which trigonometric function? Which one has opposite and the hypotenuse? Sine.
Sine.
So
Yeah.
write sine 70. Sine 70 equals what? 19 over AC. Okay. You know, sine 70, we can consider it over 1. Sine 70 over 1 equals 19 over AC. To get AC directly in one step by using cross multiplying. Do you know it? So AC is what? Is 19 multiplied by 1. I don't care about this one. Over sine what? 70. Did you get it?
Yeah.
So by using the calculator, AC equals 19 over sine 70 equals what?
19 over sine 50.
Sine 70.
20.21.
20 what?
21.
0.21?
Yeah.
Centimeters. Don't click comma because I'm asking about the length of the side. Did you get it?
Oh.
In this trapezium, I want to get 10 ADB. So this angle ADB, the opposite to angle ADB is 6, and the adjacent is 8. So 10 ADB is 6 over 8, 3 over 4. That's 10 ADB. I want to get length of DC. So look here, look at the idea of this question here. This is ADB, this is the angle, and this is the angle. They are the same. Do you know why? They are two alternate angles.
Yes, AD parallel to BC.
That's right. So 10 over the angle ADB is equal to the angle DBC. Okay. So if we want to find the 10 angle ADB, because they are equal, it will be the same as 10 angle DBC. Do you with me? Because they are equal. They are two alternate angles. This angle and this angle are two alternate angles. What is 10 ADB? 10 ADB is 6 over 8 equals 10 DBC. DBC 10 is the opposite. This side is the opposite. In this triangle, it's DC.
Okay.
And the adjacent, this side is the adjacent. I'm talking about this triangle now. So over 10. Okay?
Okay.
By doing cross multiplying, so DC is equal to what? 6 times 10 over 8. 6 times 10 over 8 is equal to what?
60 over 8 equals
7.5 centimeters. Did you get it?
Okay.
احنا كده يعني I hope you enjoyed this session. See you in the coming episodes.